Welcome back to A to Z here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. I'm Mark Zinno. Thank you guys so much for spending a Friday with me as we have a big weekend of sports coming up here. Interesting. The Hawks are playing Miami and the Braves are playing Miami. So there's a lot of Atlanta, Miami, back and forth here this weekend. But I wanted to take a quick second here as we close things up on this Friday to go over the NBA playoffs and where we are, because I think there are some interesting things as we head into this weekend. You got three more matchups tonight. We know all about Atlanta and Miami. I'm not going to spend time on those, but Milwaukee and Chicago, maybe the most surprising split in the first round. The fact that Chicago was able to steal one away from the Milwaukee Bucks, the defending champs. And Milwaukee's offense has not been what we have used to seeing from Milwaukee's offense. This Bucks offense, the last dozen games of the regular season, even the final game of the regular season when they didn't start anybody, they averaged 119 points per game over their final dozen games. I'm waiting for that offense to show back up. And it hasn't shown up in this playoff round yet. I'm expecting a huge breakout game from the Bucks offense tonight. They won't have Chris Middleton. He's got an MCL sprain, so he's not going to be there. And part of me even thinks that may even help them in a strange way. Just feed Giannis, man. Like, don't stop. Giannis should have like a 35-point night. Chicago's defense is bad, and they've played over their heads in the first two games and being able to limit Milwaukee's offense. And so I don't think they'll get another 41-point night from DeMar DeRozan. But I think Milwaukee reasserts themselves. They better. Otherwise, this series could be trouble for them. If they can't come out tonight and put a stamp on this win and take home court advantage back, I will start to be a little bit concerned. And not that all of you are into the betting thing like I am, but Milwaukee was the heaviest favorite to win in round one. That includes 1 seeds over 8 seeds. Milwaukee was the heaviest favorite in round one to win because of the disparity between them and the Bulls. And they're in a 1-1 split, sort of in a big game coming up tonight in Chicago. The other big split that was kind of surprising was seeing the New Orleans Pelicans steal a game from the Phoenix Suns, and they head back to New Orleans in a 1-1 tie. The reason why, and Devin Booker got injured in game 2. I'm not 100% sure of his status for game 3 yet, but the reason why New Orleans is viable is just because their offense is so high-powered. Ever since CJ McCollum got there, they just played a lot faster. They get up and down quicker. They're scoring a lot more points. You get a lot more guys involved in the offense. Brandon Ingram has been, a great point guard for them. I think that is absolutely a scenario where, New Orleans is only going to win games that go over the total, right? They're only going to be able to win games that are high scoring. They're not going to be able to win games that are low scoring. Phoenix's defense is too good. So they're going to have to find a way to score on that defense and be able to push the pace enough that they can win a shootout, so to speak, pun intended, I guess, and win that style of game, because I don't think they'll be able to win a 105-101 kind of game. It's just not where they are. And then on Saturday, Philadelphia looks to close out Toronto. I was surprised. Again, I was somebody who backed Toronto in the series. I thought maybe Philadelphia might fall flat on their face. I think all the pressure was on Philadelphia. They have just played to a completely different level. Joel Embiid is like a monster right now. Good for him. Good for him 100%. So Philly's going to go on to beat Toronto and move on, and they'll actually get the winner of the Hawks-Miami. So that could be headed next. Dallas won their game last night. All of this without Luka Doncic, by the way, because Utah is incredibly disappointing all across the board. Boston and Brooklyn play game 3 with the Nets in an 0-2 hole heading back home. Let's see how this thing goes. You could argue that Brooklyn could have won the first 2 games and been up 2-0. I think that's fair. You can't have Kevin Durant go 0 for 10 in the second half and Kyrie go 1 for 7. You can't have 1 for 17 from your 2 biggest players in the second half of a basketball game and expect to win. Those guys have got to get going, especially Kevin Durant. Memphis and Minnesota. Memphis last night had what can only be defined as a series-saving comeback. Down by, I think it was 18. They go on a 21-0 run in the fourth quarter to start the fourth quarter, and Minnesota blows one at home. And so, that's going to be ugly for the Timberwolves to recover from. And it'll be curious to see if they can recover and tie this thing up. Because to me, that would be a huge, huge emotional lift for them after what happened to them last night. And then, of course, on Sunday, Hawks are playing again. They actually get a late start on Sunday night, a 7 o'clock game against Miami. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And, oh, by the way, Golden State's going to sweep Denver. So Golden State, look, if Phoenix continues to struggle, Golden State, to me, looks incredibly strong right now. And like playoff Steph, if that's such a thing, playoff Steph Curry, like if he's back in the mood here, looking like his old self, it's gonna be really, really, really tough to get Golden State out of these playoffs because their defense is really, really good, really good. But it's a great time to sit back, relax, and enjoy some NBA playoffs. A lot of fun. Next week coming up, we will dive heavily into the draft. We're going to be joined by D. Orlando Ledbetter. We'll talk to Dave Joe to the Falcoholic. We'll have Aaron Freeman of Locked On Falcons back on. So we have so many people coming on the show. I think even Steve Weiss from the NFL Network is going to try to stop by at some point next week before the draft kicks off. I want you guys to stay locked in, pun intended, right here to A to Z. Going to have some of the best coverage around here in Atlanta. I thank you guys so much for choosing Locked On Atlanta and A to Z as part of your daily regimen. Please continue to follow me on social at Mark Zinno, both on Twitter and Instagram. I tweet out all the links to the show and everything else, and I'd love to interact with you guys. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me and tell me what you think. Tell me what you like about the show, what you don't like, and I will certainly heed all of your advice. I promise. Maybe. Anyway, don't forget to follow us on Twitter as a network, Locked On ATL, and keep up with all the great shows here. And certainly, guys, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Wishing you guys nothing but the best. Let's go Hawks, and let's get Braves back above 500, and everybody will be happy. Thanks for making A to Z with me, Mark Zinno, your first listen every day. Now make your second listen Hitting Hard with John Chuckery. Get the Atlanta Sports Talker, John Chuckery, every day and anytime with the real fans' take on Atlanta sports. Hitting Hard with John Chuckery, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta, free and available on YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. Search Locked On Sports Atlanta. You guys have a great weekend. Don't take any crap from anybody. See ya.